This lecture is on the scientific method. The scientific method is an ongoing process that one deals with on an everyday process. This figure illustrates it, and one will learn these components as this lecture moves on. The purpose of the scientific method is to assist in a general rationale how scientists think as one observes and experiments something that was observed in the natural world. There are 4 steps that are a part of the scientific method. 1. Observations. 2. Hypothesis. 3. Experiments. 4. Conclusions. What are observations? These are observations that are a description or a measurement of some aspect of nature. 1. Quantitative observations are ones that involves a measurement using an instrument, ruler, balances, graduated cylinder, thermometers. These observations have a value along with a unit in associated to the property. An example is the beaker weighs 100.12 grams. 2. Qualitative observations are ones that deal with data that can be observed by one of the 5 senses: hear, smell, touch, taste, or sight. An example is the leaves are pointy and sharp. A hypothesis is a tentative interpretation or explanation of the observations. In order to test a hypothesis, one needs to perform experiments or a set of highly controlled observations designed to validate or invalidate the hypothesis. Hypothesis examples include the following. 1. There is no relationship between drinking alcohol and death. 2. All spoons are 10 inches long. 3. Grass needs water to grow. 4. Getting 8 hours of sleep and you will be healthy. 5. Exercising 3 days a week for at least 1 hour will ensure you will not gain weight over all the month. If one gets enough data gathered from performing experiments, a scientific law can be deduced. A scientific law is a brief statement that summarizes past observations and predicts future ones. Laws are summaries and does not explain why it is true. Laws are expressed by mathematical logic or equations in support of the statement. Scientific laws are subject to experiments in order to validate the statement. Examples of laws include the following. A. Law of conservation of mass states, mass is neither created nor destroyed, but conserved. B. Boyle's law states the volume of a gas and its pressure are inversely proportional with all other variables held constant. C. Henry's law states the amount of gas that is dissolved in a liquid is directly proportional to the partial pressure of that gas above the liquid when the temperature is kept constant. The scientific theory involves one or more well-established hypotheses that has been proven true individually and together to explain a phenomenon. Scientific theories are subject to experiments in order to validate its claim. A couple of well-known theories include A. Dalton atomic theory. This theory provides a model for the properties of atoms. 1. Elements are comprised of tiny indestructible particles called atoms. 2. Atoms are indivisible. They cannot be created or destroyed. 3. All atoms of any one element are identical. 4. Atoms of one element are different from atoms of any one element. 5. Atoms of one element, when combined with atoms of another element, form compounds. B. Kinetic Molecular Theory of gases. This theory provides a model for the behavior of gases. 1. Collection of particles in constant motion. 2. No attractions or repulsions between particles. 3. Lots of spaces are between the particles compared to the size of the particles themselves. 4. Speed of the particles is proportional to the temperature in kelvins. This summarizes the relationships of the 4 terms discussed in this lecture. An observation describes what happens with a small number of events, where a hypothesis explains why things happen. A law describes what happens with all events, and a theory explains why things happen. Some last comments. It only takes one experimental evidence to either prove or disprove a hypothesis or theory. There are no limits as to how many hypotheses are possible for a scientific law. All hypotheses, laws, or theories need experiments to prove or disprove the statements. Here is a review exercise for you to try on your own. Determine if each of the following statements are examples of A, an observation, B, a hypothesis, C, a law, or D, a theory. 1. Once the iron nail got rusted, it became heavier. 2. The explosion may have been caused by a natural gas leak. 3. All gas expand when heated. 4. Analysis of water sample showed 3.2 ppm of sodium. 5. Molecules of a gas always are moving in constant motion. For the remaining part of this lecture are solutions to review exercise problems. Please view only after completing these exercises.